Namaste everybody. Welcome to series Passion to Profession. Today's our guest is Gautam sir. He's amazing mentor, honestly, corporate trainer, pranic healer, mental well-being coach, amazing husband, and very supportive person for sure. We are meeting first time, but I heard a lot about you from Shurbi ma'am. So thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Super grateful to have in this platform.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm glad, and I hope the interaction will meet your objective, whatever objective you started with. I met you earlier. I think we were in Goa. You hosted an event, Kriya Shakti, and also the uh, Aratik full day intensive with Master Danny. We had a great experience there.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it was organized by South Bombay Foundation. I was just
Yeah,
volunteer. So thank you
yeah,
so much for coming. Yeah. Chalo, let's start. So let's start with your
yeah.
childhood. How was your childhood? Are you like introvert person in childhood or like extrovert person?
I would say extremely introvert. I come from a village. If you have to locate my village, you'll have to zoom several times so that you'll be able to locate that village. Still, you'll not be able to locate that village. And in that village, we would hardly get electricity for 2 hours in a day. There was only one high school, very limited resources. So till 10th standard, I stayed there. So very less exposure and very introvert. When I was in 10th standard, my father decided that he should shift to some other city, and that's where the life started changing and got lots of opportunities at the same time challenges because I come from a background where language was a major barrier. I came from Assam. So the language, primary language that I would know was Assamese. So no exposure to Hindi and definitely no exposure to English at all. But 10th standard things changed. So uh, 10th, 11th, and 12th, 10th I repeated. So those 3 years I studied Hindi in Hindi medium. So Assamese medium till 10th, 11th, 12th English medium, and then suddenly I was thrown into an English medium college. So first year of my college, by then I would have forgotten Assamese. I did not learn Hindi completely. I had no idea about English. So if you draw a circle, make a radius, I knew what it is, but I don't know how to describe it. So that was the stage where I was into. So not just I was introvert the from the perspective of the nature, but also from the point of view of not having the light language or command over the grip. How do I explain? So that is where I was.
Seriously, you're like corporate
Yeah.
trainer now. Nobody can imagine where you came from. Such a humble beginning. So what's the name of your village from Assam?
Yeah, if you have to go nearby, so Assam will be able to locate. Guwahati, I think everybody knows.
Yeah.
And then from Guwahati, you have another district called Morigaon, and from Morigaon, you have something called Bhuragaon. So that's a small village.
Oh, interesting. And what did you study in college?
I started pursuing management. So BBA was my first bachelor's degree, and I think it would stop. Uh, it would have stopped, but then second year of my BBA, I started. My father encouraged me that you can go for higher education, and that's where I started thinking that I should go for something later on. I mean, something for the higher education. Yeah.
Yes. And then, like, what do you want to do
Yeah,
before childhood?
so to be very honest, I thought I should be, I mean, my approach in my first year of my BBA was like, I don't know how to speak language. So I thought my strategy was to not to speak anything. So I was like, if I don't speak anything, people will not know that my language is not good. So the entire first year, I did not utter a single word, no raise of hand. But at the end of first year, I realized that everybody in my batch somehow knows that I can't speak English. I don't know how it happened, but then it happened. And then I was like, oh my God, if I continue like this, everybody will ultimately know. So second year, I took a call that come what may, I will raise my hand. And I think that's where the transformation began, right? And by the end of second year, I think I improved a lot. Though I was struggling from the point of view of where I wanted to be, but I started improving. And I also started preparing for my MBA. And the entire second year, entire third year, I focused on several habits of reading newspaper, talking to people, where you have an environment where they speak in English. Because at that time, I was not surrounded by people who would speak English. So I struggled for a long, long time because nobody around me would have that environment. Uh, when I gave that environment, I think things started changing. So I would do very strange things, like I would go to a computer institute. By then, learning basic computer was something very, very popular. So I would randomly approach a coaching, computer training institute, and I would tell them that I want to conduct a communication class. And I don't know how to do that, but I would go and tell them that I want to conduct because I wanted to improve on presentation. And I didn't want to practice that in front of the people whom I know, so I can go to random group, and they would give me opportunities also. If somebody's approaching, okay, you can come on Sunday and make presentations. I would go make presentations on random topic, whatever that would be, and I continued doing it. That was really, really helpful. Even when I entered, I mean, third year of my BBA, by then I did not reach where I wanted to be, meaning I got 86 percentile in my MBA entrance exam. That was CAT. So somebody told me, why don't you give one more attempt?
Hmm.
And I thought, yeah, it makes sense. Let me give one more attempt. So I shifted myself to Hyderabad, thinking that I'll get more exposure. I'll be able to prepare better. That's a city where,
Hmm.
I'll get a better environment. So I started preparing. And when I prepared, at the end of the journey, I found myself in an institute called NMIMS Mumbai. That's where I did my family business management from. When I entered my batch, that time also, I mean, the batch was of 100 students. Uh, I was, mentally gauging where am I. So by then I had improved a lot, but I was still gauging, and I could make out that I'm in last two, bottom two. I was ahead of only two students. Yeah, that was my assessment. One who had a problem of stuttering. So I realized I'm better than this guy, and there was one more Gujarati guy who could not speak language properly. So I was like, okay, yeah, I am ahead of these two people for sure. Remaining 98 people are definitely ahead of me. But then I decided that I would raise my hand, come what may. So there was, you'll be surprised, there was the initial committee being formed. So
Hmm.
we were put in a batch, and they were talking in English, and I realized, oh my God, why am I not able to understand this English? How is this English different? Suddenly, the
Actually,
Mumbai environment started influencing me, and then my eyes were open like this, my ears were open like this. I'm like, I'm listening, but I don't know why am I not reacting.
hmm.
So first committee got formed, second committee got formed. I'm like, if this is how things would go, then I'll not be able to be a part of any committee. Next committee comes, I'm going to raise my hand. My same strategy. So, so they announced that, okay, now we'll be forming a guest lecture committee. Who would like to be the leader? So I raised my hand, and they said, okay, come on, you are the leader. And then they called me and said, okay, now pick few volunteers, who's going to be assisting you in this job. And then I was like thinking, who is going to work under me? How is it possible? And then people raised hand. I was like, okay, you come, you come, you come, you come. And we have no idea what we will do and how things would happen. And the journey began. The journey was so amazing that at the end of 2 years, long story short, at the end of 2 years, I was awarded as the best student of the year.
Wow.
So I realized that that transformation, that journey was so amazing just because I could take the initiative at a regular interval. I could overcome the weaknesses. I had no idea what to do, what not to do, low language grip, etc. But the transformation was amazing.
Interesting. Really inspiring. I can connect with you. We have similar story. Good. Tell me about your spiritual or in childhood, like you're a very spiritual or religious person.
Not at all. I'm not spiritual. I come from a family which belongs to a village in Rajasthan. We never been there, but we belong to that place
Hmm.
close to Haryana.
Hmm.
We come from a business family, so the only language or thing that we understand is money. So we're supposed to make money, make business large. The only target I had was making 100 crores or more. That was the only target I was chasing. So no idea about spirituality, no idea about social work, no virtue, nothing. Only making money. That was the only target.
Oh. And why 100 crore?
It was a figure in my mind. No reason for that. Just that calling of the heart that I should be making that much money.
Lovely. 50 crore is enough to have like luxury life in India and having financial freedom.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, completely agreed.
Interesting figures. And by that year, final year, you figure it out what you wanted to become?
The final year of MBA you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that I would be starting something on my own. So immediately, even before I completed my MBA, I had an international call center.
Mm,
I started a 50-seater call center in Mumbai, and then followed by another one. So my both the ventures they were doing well, but something happened, so I had to close those units down.
mm,
And then I came back to my hometown. I did something for a few years, and then I realized that I have back to back setbacks. So
mm,
initial few years, I realized that 90% of the situations happening in my life were not favorable. Right? They
mm,
were like I'm solving those. Uh, from there, I had several setbacks. But if I compare journey after pranic healing, I think the equation changed, right? I mean, now I have more than 90% of the situations which are favoring me, and hardly few situations. The equation is not even 90-10; is like 99 or 1 or maybe 100 and 0. I can say something like that. So that is a major transformation that happened. But going back to that level, I think initially I was very disturbed. Initial few of my ventures went bust. I remember I was standing on fifth floor of my balcony in Mumbai, and I was thinking I should jump because I don't want to go back and face my father because I had borrowed almost like 40% of his savings, whatever amount he made. 30% of his savings I lost in my venture. But I don't know why I could not jump off. I could not take my feet off. And I was praying to my Kul Devi that I don't want to go back. I never prayed, but I just prayed that I don't want to go back and face my father with this. My father never told me, and never used this statement saying that you brought this much of loss, or you are giving me this beautiful idea, that idea, but look at it, what you have done. Had he told me even once, I think I would have taken some step. And you will not believe, nobody would believe that I went to an insurance agent and I asked him, can you make an insurance policy of this much crore? And if I committed suicide, so that my family can get that, or if I die, my family will get that. And the insurance agent said that if you die within a year, you will not get claim. I was like, oh my God.
thank God.
It's not going to work. I have to find out some other way of compensating my family. So those were the days where I did not I would not spend single money on myself. The only expense I had was shaving or the haircut and the petrol expenses. Apart from that, I would not spend anything. Yeah, even the cell phone expense, the recharge, monthly recharge. Apart from these three expenses, I would not spend anything on myself. I told myself that first thing I need to pay my father back. I need to come up from that level. Until then, the life is not mine. So that kind of heaviness, that kind of responsibility I started with. So most of the people start with zero. I think I would say I started from minus 40 lakhs, minus 30, 40 lakhs.
And how did you overcome your self doubts? Have you compared it? Like childhood में आपको बहुत compare किया गया? You're a single child or
Yeah.
you're
We were three siblings, two brothers and one sister. Comparison was always there. Not just two brothers and one sister. Me and my father and his brother. So we were like seven siblings, cousins, you can say,
mm-hmm.
right? So among seven of them, there was a strong comparison almost all the time, meaning we would always be compared, and most importantly, we would be told, obviously unknowingly, by some of the elders that see that guy is doing this much. So we were never appreciated. So that self-doubt and being self-critical has always been there. And I think that was the reason I kept on starting one business after the other. So till 2009, 6, I passed out. 2009, I think my graph was going down continuously. Then something miraculous happened. I got married, and I don't know what happened. Once I got married, within 3 years, I just not just recovered my money, I mean, whatever I lost, I think I reached the peak of my life, meaning I upgraded everything at my home, purchasing a new refrigerator, upgrading the TV, upgrading furniture, all of that I started doing. I helped my family to get my sister, married. So by 2013, I think I earned not just the amount that I lost, but much more than that, and my graph started going really amazingly well.
That's nice. People should get married.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's opposite now. Unless and until people don't have good career and success, they don't want, they are not thinking about getting married.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Different
Yeah,
level.
after getting into pranic healing, I did scan my heart chakra. So I realized, yeah, my heart chakra was very small. Once I got married, maybe my heart chakra expanded and something must have started happening, which
I
I will
agree.
not be able to fathom. So I started becoming positive in terms of my money, net worth. And the moment daughter came in my life, she added a zero at the end of my monthly income. So
Lovely.
those were two big changes I saw. Then my son came in my life in 2016, and that's where my spiritual growth started. So I would give complete credit to my, financial gain to my wife and my daughter. I don't know how accurate my perception is, but that is how I would like to perceive. And my son came, so I feel I came into pranic healing for because of him, not because of my entitlement. That's a different story.
Yeah,
But
welcome.
I somehow give credit to that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like, really appreciate and thank you so much for being open. It's not easy to share on public platform, but honestly, it will help a lot of people for sure. Thank you. Let's come to pranic killing now. How did you
Sure.
get into pranic killing? As you mentioned, son, what happened?
I have been suffering from migraine since my childhood, so I don't think I would remember even a single week where I did not have migraine attacks. So, to around 2012, it became very severe to the extent that every week I would have two migraine attacks. And not just the two migraine attacks, but I had to pop two pills. So unless and until I pop two pills, the migraine would not subside. And sometimes I would have taken one pill in the evening and morning again, I don't see an option. And I was like, how long I'll keep doing it? I realized that it's not going to work. I have to find out some solution. So that was problem number one. Problem number two was I was feeling hollow from inside right from the beginning, despite being reaching the top of my career around 2012.
Mm.
I was like, what am I supposed to do here? What is the purpose of my life? So I would randomly go and ask people, what is the purpose of my life? And people would say, you have everything. Why are you worried about it? You have good business, you are famous, your family life is good, you come from a good family, etc., etc. What else do you need? So in the eyes of people, I had everything, but I was like, no, I don't think I am there where I want to be. And to search for that, every 6 months or every 3 months, I would start a new business. I would close, I would start a new business, I would close just to realize that this is not mine, this is not mine, this is not mine, or this is not something that I'm looking for. So, in a span of 10 years, I think I would have entered into 12 or more than 12 businesses. Many of them were successful, profitable, but I closed just because I realized this is not where I want to be.
Yeah.
This is not something that I want to do. So I was on that journey, and during 2012 and 2016, during these 4 years, I tried almost everything that came my way, meaning medicine wise, homeopathy, Ayurvedic, allopathic medicine, workshop wise, counseling, past life regression, this meditation, breath meditation, that meditation, counseling, mass session. You name everything, I would have tried. I did not say no to it. Even if that included traveling and going out of the business for several days, I think I had the luxury of money. And at the same time, my feeling considering me crazy that this guy would do anything like that. So they had no other objection that even if we say no, this guy would do it. So I kept on trying, and nothing gave me relief. So I was super frustrated, and I sort of reached a point that I know my doubt will not get cleared. I will never have clarity in my life. I don't think migraine can be resolved. I don't think a fulfillment is possible. So I reached that point, and those conclusions were very strong. 2016, something strange happened. A person whom I attended a 15-day program with, meditation program, I asked him, what is the purpose of my life?
Mm.
And he gave me an answer which was not very convincing. And I told him, I'm also looking for a solution for migraine.
Mm.
So he said, why don't you try pranic healing? I said, yeah. No. I did not hear the word pranic healing or whatever. I just heard that, okay, this can give me a cure. So I said, okay, let me try.
Mm.
So I called up somebody in Bombay, uh, and she gave me contact number of somebody in Ahmedabad saying that this trainer is conducting a workshop on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I said, yeah, I'll come, I'll try. So Thursday I called up saying that Friday, Saturday I can come, but
Mm.
Sunday I cannot attend the workshop. And that my trainer asked me, Sunday you might have something, right, in business? said, no, Sunday I don't have any business work. We go to the beach to play cricket, and at any cost, I can't miss that cricket match.
Seriously.
So, so my trainer was kind enough, very generous, extremely generous, and she said, okay, no problem, you come. Friday, Saturday, whatever you will cover, you cover. Sunday, whatever you're going to miss, I will sit with you on a one-to-one basis. I'll cover that up. I said,
Wow.
yeah, done. I'll come. So next day morning, ticket was made. I mean, ticket was not there. I made the current ticket, and I reached Ahmedabad. I did the course, and I did not feel anything. Okay, no experience in the body, no feeling, nothing, absolutely nothing. When I did Twin Hearts meditation also, I was like, okay, it's less than ordinary, no experience whatsoever.
Mm,
And my trainer says, you can go for Aratik Yoga. And I'm like, okay, if you feel Aratik Yoga is a good, powerful course, register me for that.
mm.
And she told me, if you want to go for Aratik Yoga, you will have to do three more courses. And that hurt my ego. I'm like, what kind of course is that? That to attend that course, I have to attend another three courses.
Cross-selling.
Okay. So I said, okay, give it to me. I want to go for it. She connected me to Shilpi in Bombay, and Shilpi sent me a combo saying that these three courses are available on these 3 days.
Mm,
Go ahead and do the course. I transferred 22,000 something or somewhere around 24,000 immediately, saying that, yeah, let me go ahead. So every week from Surat to Bombay, I was traveling.
mm.
So somewhere around 16th May, I did the basic course, and 13th June was my Aratik yoga class. So less than 4 weeks or less than 30 days, I'm like basic advanced psychotherapy, soul, and even advanced pranic healing I did on weekday. I finished my Aratik yoga in such a short span of time. And I had no idea what the Aratik yoga is. I was not getting any experience whatsoever, no energy feeling. I don't know why I was practicing. I was practicing every day regularly, going to ashram, attending retreat. I was somehow doing it regularly, and I could see my migraine subsiding, different areas of life changing. Uh, that has been the journey, why I entered into pranic.
Wow. And two questions. Like, you're
Yeah,
based into Surat now, right?
yeah.
And you're in Bombay, Hyderabad. How you came to Surat? I didn't get it through your study.
I actually, yeah, my family shift from Assam, my family shifted to Surat. So we are based in Surat. So
Okay.
since 1996, we have been staying in Surat. I went to Hyderabad for a year, 2005, 2006, sorry, 2005, and 2006 to 8, 4 to 8, I was in, uh, I was in Mumbai. So just a correction, 2003, I completed my BBA.
Mm.
3 to 4, I was in Hyderabad. Yeah, and 4 to 6 was my, yeah, I was in Mumbai. Then I
Okay.
came back. And after that, I have been staying in Surat. So I am based in Surat. My business, all the business, almost all of them were based in Surat. And I would travel to Bombay to complete my courses.
Okay. Now got it. Then how did you realize, this is your purpose and you need to take it seriously? What happened?
So when I did pranic healing, when I did the course in such a short span of time, I could not distinguish which is advanced technique, which is psychotherapy technique, which is this technique. And in my city, I was the only one. I knew a friend of mine who was also an Aratik yogi, but he was based in Surat but staying in Bombay.
Okay.
So practically no one to talk, no nurturing session, nothing. But I had this guts of traveling to Bombay and traveling to ashram, attending different programs, or going to Pune, attending spiritual business management. So I was doing it whenever somebody was telling this program is that program is there, and I observed that my migraine issues started subsiding for the first time in my life. I saw something happening where without popping a pill, my migraine would subside. That was miracle. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, if this can happen, there is something amazing about it. So that triggered. The second thing that really helped me was my daughter, who is 15-year-old now.
Mm.
My son is 10-year-old now. So my daughter faced low immunity issues. So she would have, uh, you know, cold cough and fever, infection. So every week we would find ourselves sitting in the hospital, using nebulizer, going through blood test, extremely painful. And there were nights where, we would literally cry because the kid is not sleeping and we can't do anything about it. We had a huge big drawer full of medicines and nebulizers and all of that. That was our life before pranic healing. When I entered into pranic healing, when my son was born and my daughter, when she was 5 years old, I started applying pranic healing on both of them. And I realized our medical visits reduced by 95%. That big drawer disappeared completely, meaning where there were very few basic medicines like Calpol. Otherwise, all the other medicines disappeared. We would go to the doctor to ask whether we should brush like this or we should brush like that. What should be the screen time? Or, that we are going for a vacation. 5 days back, the kid suffered from fever or had, mild fever. Is it okay to travel? So those kind of issues, we started consulting doctors and regular checkup, regular dental checkup, regular eye checkup, all those preventive things started happening. Big change, huge change. So health-wise, it created an impact. Health-wise of the family, it created a big, big, big impact, which was a big plus. The third thing that happened parallelly was in my family, since we come from a very aggressive family, we would have a tendency of arguing at the top of the voice every week. So randomly, two of the family members will do that, and those two family members will have tough time for 3 4 days. No exchange of pleasantries or no healthy expression also. So this would happen every week, and I had no idea. I thought this is a normal life. This is how people live. Like in Hindi, you say, "अगर मर्द है और ये आपने नहीं किया तो कहाँ है वो मर्दानी है ही नहीं." So you need to express like that. You need to talk people like that, or you need to shout on people like that. That was the tendency. And the other tendency that we had was anybody who would come to our family,
Hmm.
once that person leaves, we all would gather and very jovially for 45 minutes we'll do gossip, meaning we'll criticize the other person. So we would not call any person by the name. We had a lot of adjectives. So somebody who has long hair has a different adjective. Somebody who is thin, or fat, or short height, or more money, less money. There were lots of adjectives, and we would do that. After coming into pranic healing, I realized that I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to, sit and gossip. So all my family members, seven of them, they would sit together. Six of them, actually, I was the seventh one, and I would sit away, right, almost like 4 or 5 feet away, and I would keep listening. Okay, they're doing this, they're doing this, they're doing this. My sister would come and tell me, "Hey, you become so boring. You're not participating in interactions." My mom would and come and tell you, "Why are you so silent?" And I'm wondering if this is what I have to speak. I'm not going to speak. I understood about law of karma and I was very strong. I'm not going to do it. But I was blessing. I was blessing, praying to Master. I want to increase my circle. I was fortunate within few months or few years, the numbers started increasing. So it was 6:1 earlier, right? I was the only one. It started becoming, 2:5 and 3:4. And slowly and gradually this started happening. And I think it took 2 or 3 years. Miracle happened. And that miracle was a person came to our family, he left. And once he left, the most critical person in our family started appreciating that guy. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
wow, this is possible. This is possible with one person practicing spirituality. I mean, one means me and my wife both practicing spirituality. This can happen. And that was a big change. Change number three. Change number four, uh, I'll elaborate on that maybe later if that is required. But every year I was, doing good revenue. I was the top guy in my industry. My company was doing really well. We would get the best franchisee award or whatever award and etc.
Hmm.
But there was insecurity within me that this year happened. Will it happen next year? It may
Hmm.
not happen next year. So those insecurities I could come out completely by applying law of karma. 15 years, whatever money I could make, I think with Kriya Shakti, I could, it could simply jump. I had no idea the commitment of Kriya Shakti that was given, the guarantee that Kriya Shakti gives. 2019, I did the Kriya Shakti course, and 2022 or 3, when I reviewed Kriya Shakti, not reviewed actually, attended the intensive with Master Hermi, uh, I I could see that
Hmm.
that guarantee. If you apply 5 principles of Kriya Shakti, your wealth will multiply by 300 to 500% in 3 to 5 years.
Hmm.
I looked at that statement and I immediately started calculating. And I realized that it is much, 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 much more beyond that. Not just 5 times from 2019 to 22 or maybe 23, which was, but it was not 300 to 500%. It was much, much, much more than that. And I was like, wow, this is so amazing. And fifth thing, I know I'm going a little long, but then
Yeah, take it.
fifth thing that I would share, I was a workaholic, meaning I would work for 14 hours a day, all the 6 days, and seventh day also I'll work at least for 6, 7 hours. And despite working these many hours, I would still feel that my work is left. I'm not able to manage my family, would not take holiday, would not do anything else for my health or whatever. I was healthy, but I would not do anything of that. I was struggling, extremely struggling. But I was doing really well in business. I did spiritual business management. I did not registered. I reviewed with Sriram in Ahmedabad, spiritual business management. And where he asked us to, make the list of tasks like priority one, priority two, priority three, etc. Urgent, not urgent, that chart. When I was making it, I realized that I don't have anything urgent. Even if I don't go to my office for next one week, my office would continue just like that. Some 14 hours, it had come down to 2 hours, 3 days in a week. And I
Wow.
was feeling guilty about it. I was feeling guilty about it that, oh my God, there must be some mistake. And then Sriram asked me to share. So I just shared that, hey, this is what I've gone through. And then he made me realize the changes that I've gone through from 14 hours, 7 days, no fulfillment to 2 hours, 3 days in a week, where I am handling my business, which is growing. I am taking leaves, going to ashram, attending programs, handling a pranic healing center, also became a trainer, also contributing in different areas, contributing in my other areas, and everything is going so amazingly. It was unbelievable. So these are the 5 areas that happened over a period of time that increased my faith. Otherwise, I was not faithful. To be very honest, I would be, I mean, it happened, so I would admit I never accepted Master Chua as my guru, even after completing my Arati Yoga level one. Okay, I mean, basic pranic healing I did, advanced I did. I realized, oh, yeah, 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 okay, course, no problem. Psychotherapy when I did with Raja Meghani, soul when I did with Raja Meghani, I realized, there is something in the course. So there was a tinge of respect, but my guru, it has to be somebody else. So something amazing happened. I mean, till Arati Yoga level one also, I would go and attend other programs as well.
Hmm.
Like I'm doing pranic healing, I'm attending Arati Yoga, doing practices regularly, diligently.
Hmm.
But when it comes to other things, I would still try. When I go to other things, still I would try. Though I would not get my satisfaction, but I would still try.
Hmm.
But something amazing happened. And I would have tears in my eyes if I remember that event. It was one event in ashram. Last day, Jaya Verma came when we were doing Thanksgiving. And she said, just close your eyes, visualize Master Choa in front of you, and just say thank you to him. So I visualized Master Choa in front of me. And I don't know, somehow I thought I should hug. So I jumped. I could see a huge kind of a figure. I mean, I don't see, I just sense. So I
Yeah.
sensed that Master Choa is in front of me and I jumped to hug. When I hugged him, I realized I disappeared. I mean, there was no me. It's only Master Choa. And that I'm still getting the same feeling again. And I disappeared. It was only Master Chua for some time, for some time, for some time. And like this, 2 or 3 incident happened, which actually increased my faith, which actually increased my Sharanagati towards my Guru, that yes, this is my Guru. And this is where I have a very, 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 very strong conviction. So I don't come with a background where I started my journey with Sharanagati. I started with lots of doubts, but at the same time, having a guts of experimenting. In pranic healing, we have those 4 steps
Hmm.
where we go through understand, analyze, experiment, and conclude.
Hmm.
So I had the liberty of experimenting in a very strange way. I experimented, and then I have the conclusion, which is my own conclusion, and the faith and uh, the sharanagati that I have towards my school, towards my guru, is something that I did not experience in my life, and I can't imagine that somebody of my background can reach this. I can't fathom that. That's been my journey.
No words, like. Yeah. I'm blank now. You go ahead. If you want to add something, please go ahead.
So the changes that I'm saying I experienced in my life, I attended a program in ashram. It was my first. That time it used to be like week program.
Hmm.
So 1 week program was a loving kindness. Second week used to be second virtue, third virtue, like that it would be. So I attended one program. I think it was with Master Harni, if I'm not wrong. So I attended 5 days, and I had that craving. Sunday I should reach my hometown because I need to play cricket.
On beach.
On beach, yeah. So Friday, Friday I had applied for an application saying that I need to go back to my hometown, and I was genuine that I want to start a pranic healing center. So 5 days I planned that I will go back home and plan. So I said Saturday I have an inauguration of my pranic healing center, and I don't know, at the back of my mind, Sunday I'll get to play cricket, and Sunday I don't want to miss. Uh, in 10 years' time, or maybe in a patch of 7 years, we would not have missed a single day going to the beach and playing, including when my son was admitted to the hospital. I would tell that take care of my son, I'll play and come back. My brother-in-law inaugurated his shop in my city, and I told him before 11 o'clock, I'm not going to come. I'll come after 11 o'clock. And my father-in-law is saying that 9 o'clock is the Muhurat time. You should be there. I'm like, yeah, I understand. 11:30, I'll be there. So in this 1 week time, I told that I need to start a pranic healing center. This creative is ready. I have, made this plan. Saturday, I need to go and inaugurate the center, and you know, uh, I need to start. So somehow I got the approval that okay, all right, you will be allowed to go. I made a sudden booking. I booked a special car who would, drop me to the Pune station. Traveled without ticket to Surat. I mean, somehow made the arrangement. Came down, started the center. And what I felt was, for 1 month, the joy that I experienced. I mean, normally the joy that I experienced would last for few hours or few days, not few days, few hours. For 1 month, I experienced that joy, which was unfluctuating or unwavering. And I was like, wow, what kind of feeling is that? And then the changes that I saw in me when I started inviting people when they came to the center, miraculous experiences people started having. So, for example, there was a lady who came, uh, and she had been suffering with all sorts of joint pains, like including sciatica, tennis elbow, you name frozen shoulder, you name a physical discomfort she would have. For 11 years, she had been taking physiotherapy every day, and she did the basic course. I mean, she did the courses, and within 1 year, can you believe her physiotherapy stopped completely? This video is there on our YouTube channel as a testimonial. Her name is Sayar Nata. And a lady who was dependent on the family for her health, that lady started healing everybody in the family. That transformation actually inspired that if I can bring this change in somebody else's life, there is no value for this. And this inspired me that I want to see more such changes in my life, more such changes in the lives of people. So what I experienced, I
Hmm.
saw people experiencing, and that was magical. That was something that fueled me. My profession was very satisfying because we would train students for MBA entrance exams, and we created miracles in those areas also. Like in Surat,
Hmm.
there were certain campuses they were known for creating students who would go to the IIMs.
Hmm.
So going to the IIMs is like only from this college they can go. So in a span of whatever span that was, we created history in almost all the campuses. That from this campus, this is the first one going to the IIM. So I had that history of creating where nobody ever did, but still it was limited to mental development or the growth of financial growth or establishing career, etc. But this was a domain where it brought a different kind of transformation. Like an ordinary person using an ordinary tool and creating something extraordinary. That journey was very empowering. So first year when we started our center, I think we would have trained around 100 basic pranic healing students.
Wow.
Amazing journey.
What is the meaning of Akar? Like, how you decided the name for your center?
Uh, no reason as such. Actually, my wife was running a preschool. So we thought of a name, and the akar was like whatever shape the kid would like to take, the kid should be able to take that shape. We'll just create that nurturing environment. The shape is up to him or her, the kid. So whatever venture I started, it became Akar. So Akar Prani Healing Center, Akar Career Center, Akar Counseling Center, Akar Skill Center. So like that, everything was Akar, 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 and then similarly Akar Prani Healing Center. So no name as such. It just came.
Lovely. I like now. I like it. Which role you enjoy the most? Teaching, healing, organizing?
Difficult question. This is because
Yeah.
I enjoy being associated with me. So teaching is something that comes naturally to me. Now it is not just teaching, it is actually a combination of it's a mentoring actually, meaning I am very good at doing diagnosis. So in an interaction, I can find out the actual concern thanks to Master Chua's teachings that I can simplify now. So I can do that, and at the same time, I can propose a simple solution. So mentoring is something that comes naturally, and now I do that with one-to-mass sessions, meaning when I lead programs. So I enjoy conducting nurturing programs or introductory sessions. So I enjoy that. At the same time, I enjoy pitching pranic healing for the first time to those people who would like to know. So somehow I developed a knack of introducing a mystical technique, mystical subject to people who are very, very logical because I come from that background. I think I have developed that knack of introducing. But at the same time, I enjoy conducting workshop also. Uh, at the same time, my role is to play design strategy for my city. So I have a plan for spreading pranic healing in my city.
Mm.
I'm very good at developing team, strategizing, arranging resources because I am an entrepreneur by nature. And the job of an entrepreneur is to arrange resources. So resources mean manpower, money, market, product, etc., everything. So I would say I choose what role is required for me to play. I play that role joyfully. So I'm not restricted to one role. I think I keep moving from one basket to the other. But I enjoy making strategies and change, going through changes.
Yeah. One more thing, I also noticed you're part of BNI. So when you did join this BNI platform?
2024, I decided that I would sell my business and focus more on pranic healing. I have been an avid financial planner. So my financial planning and Kriya Shakti combined helped me reach a position where I could take a decision where I don't have to worry about my requirements.
Yeah.
Not just requirements, but even the luxuries. I mean, the basic luxuries, I would say, not the ultimate luxury, but the basic luxuries.
Hmm.
So I realized I will be able to do that. So there is no point being in my business. I would like to spend more time developing systems, strategies, or whatever is required. I would do that for my business. So 2024, I sold my running business and I shifted my focus and I started spending more time on pranic healing. My family was against, of course. They called me
Crazy.
whatever fool or whatever, right? Because
Yeah.
and the first question that everybody asked, including pranic healers, how will you make money? And I realized I want to break that myth. This is my challenge. Pranic healing will make money in lakhs every month.
Yes.
This myth, whatever I was making in my business, I'll make money more than that. Yes, I can't compare 15-year business with a 15-month business. Can't be compared, but it can also grow. So with the target of increasing 10x or whatever x, I thought I would enter. So I had taken GST number of my business. We had a software. We upgraded the infrastructure. We created systems for nurturing. So it was like a very much
Portfolio.
organized center where where it is it's like a business unit which will make money and not just make money for survival, but make money in a way that people will look up to it that hey, this kind of career I want to have. Like a person who's working in a bank with 2 lakh rupees can also think, hey, I would like to shift and become a full-time healer. So that was my objective. But for one and a half years, or I would say till January 2026 this year,
Hmm.
I was working in a yin mode. Yin mode means, people who would come. I would not take any step, let them come.
Hmm.
Growth was very slow. And I realized that 80% of the people in my center or in
Hmm.
all the nurturing session, they were females.
Hmm.
And they come from a background of most of them are housewives and no targets. So we would do a lot of healings and, I mean, nurturing would be good. They would grow also.
Hmm.
But then I realized that my potential is to solve business challenges using pranic healing.
Hmm.
So I think I can be more effective if I serve entrepreneurs because that's my background.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that is where I'll have more satisfaction. I'll share more stories of how I solved business challenges with the help of pranic healing. That's a different story to talk about, but I realized this. And since I realized, I also realized that I need to go and be available on different business platforms, including
Be-
BNI or Progress Alliance or Gen Network or whatever it is. I just want to be there more.
Hmm.
When I joined, I realized the way I talk, that is Aratic Yoga level 1 or level 2, not even non-pranic healers, right? So that language will not work. So people would ask me what is pranic healing, I'll do something, 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 and it will not make any sense. And they'll go away thinking, yeah, what this guy is
be-
doing? What is this? So no sense at all. So for 1 month, I struggled completely pitching what is pranic healing. And then I figured out. I told several friends of mine that whatever I'm telling you, tell me one thing. Why are you not purchasing my product? I don't want you to purchase my product, but tell me a reason why will you not purchase?
Yeah.
So they will give me inputs. This can be improved, that can be improved. I'm not able to get what is this, what is that. And then and in one business meeting, I decided not to use these jargons. So I'll give a context of this
Yeah.
meeting. So
Please
in
do.
that in
Yeah.
in that meeting, there were two more pranic healers. It was a different business meeting.
Hmm.
So a businessman got up. I showed a demo of healing, how healing works, and a businessman got up. He said, "Yeah, I understand how it works in the area of health. Can you tell me how it works in business?"
Hmm.
And another pranic healer got excited, and she shared that, yeah, yeah, when you clean one chakra, that chakra is responsible for prosperity. Your blockages gets removed, and somehow you attract a lot of prosperity. And this guy is like, "What?" And he looked at me. He said, "Can you explain?" I said, "Yeah, I can explain. There can be 10 ways, but I can explain two right now to start with. Number one, whatever your number of sick days in a year, sick days,
Hmm.
if you apply pranic healing, you will fall less sick.
Hmm.
If your number of sick days reduces, do you think it will improve your productivity and improve your profitability? Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, yes. That's one. Number two, if you approach your goal with doubts, with worry, with fear, with anxiety, if you remove all of that, and if you start approaching your goal, if you have a technique through which you can reduce all of that, and if you approach your goal with joy, optimism, enthusiasm, will it make any difference in your meetings? Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's how pranic healing can contribute, improving your profitability. Two I'm mentioning like this. There are eight more reasons I can explain, but right now I have time only to explain this thing, these two. And that is how I started talking non-pranic healing jargons. It's like I took an oath. I'm not going to use a single pranic healing word in that community. I'm going to use all logical, profitability, practical words where people will connect how it goes. Even if I have to use a chakra, I don't use the word chakra. I will tell there are energy centers. What is energy center? You will have a switch in your entire house, right? If you want to, switch all the tube lights or all the equipments, you have one switch. Yeah, that's called energy center, right? Similarly, in our body, we have different switches, energy centers that control several organs at one go. If I want all those organs to function properly, I have to ensure that there is good energy. So, like that, I started experimenting on my pitch. I failed several times miserably. I went ahead and met some of the richest people of my city. I identify who are the richest people. This guy is the richest in terms of the best builder, real estate guy. This is the second best. I found out contact. I went ahead. I told him what is pranic healing. Well, okay, 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 okay. So I failed miserably, but I got insights how I have to pitch. So I would come back, prepare my pitch, go fail again, come back, prepare my pitch, fail again. It happened several times. it happens several times. But now I have a pitch ready where I can talk to several business people in a manner that they would be able to connect, and they will also be able to make sense that, hey, this can solve my problem. So the question that I was trying to answer is that, number one, what is their biggest problem?
Hmm.
How can pranic killing solve that biggest problem? And how can I communicate this to them? These are the three questions that I'm trying to answer.
And what is your inspiration? Like, there are a lot of setbacks in your life, and still you're like, is it because of cricket? Because I saw you have like a lot of love, and somewhere there's a warrior or athlete personality within you. Like, never give up, never give up, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, keep trying.
I think this credit I'll give to my family, especially my father and my grandfather. I have always seen them uh, being very resilient and extremely determined. Meaning, even if my father has high fever, okay, or he would struggle, and in the evening, if you go and ask him, he would never say, "I'm not feeling well." Never, he would never use that word. My grandfather, who passed away at the age of in the 80s, till his last breath, also he did not ask anybody to massage that. Hey, I'm not feeling well. This pain is happening. That pain is happening. You go and talk to them, and at any point of time, they'll be healthy. I'm healthy. So the word tabiyat that we use in Hindi,
Hmm.
okay, tabiyat is not the pain. Tabiyat is the mental or the emotional health, that I'm still okay. There is pain in the body, but I'm okay. मैं बीमार नहीं हूँ. I'm not sick. Yeah, there is pain in the body. There is something in the body, but I'm not बीमार. I come from that background, and I think that background really helped me develop that resilience, and especially the combination of optimism and persistence. So, thanks to the teachings of pranic healing, that the tools really helped me to strengthen those core qualities. So, I have somehow developed the optimism and persistence. Optimism means I know it will work. I'll find out a way how it will work. And persistence means I can remain in that mode for a longer time. That's a deadly combination.
Yes. Lovely. And what do you think? Like, what will you do differently? Like, let's say now you have all the experiences, and you're like 25, and you're like Gen Z personality who don't have focus but still figuring out, and they wanted to pursue pranic healing as a career. How will you restart your journey as a 25-year-old Gautam?
I think I still would be 25 only. Physically, whatever may be my age, I still have the same hunger now, and I would like to I would like to have same big targets, like I would have big targets and chase. Yeah, the mistake that I made earlier was I would make a target and get disappointed if I don't hit. But now I realize that there is something called directional goal. Yeah, so those are directions that I'm chasing. So those things really inspire me, and I will day in and day out, I'll keep asking, how do I reach this? How do I reach this? How do I reach this? So I think that is how I would feel that I am on a different journey. I'm at a different stage, but still I have now a 5-year goal ready, 10-year goal ready. Yeah, I mean, this actually gives me an opportunity to also talk about my confusing state. So every year I would not have any goal, no clarity what to do. So I started, goal setting sessions. I attended a lot of goal setting sessions, but I was not clear. And
Hmm.
then I realized chronicling says you give to people what you want. So I started giving clarity. So I started conducting a lot of goal setting sessions. People started attending. And surprisingly, within few years, I had clarity of 5-year goal also, 10-year goal also, where I want to be in 5 years, or which direction I'm chasing. I don't know whether I will continue chasing, but I know this is what I want to do. That
Lovely.
started happening.
And how do you see like there are different race and personality? So during those years, like you're very logical, and now how you see like are you balance of love, light, power, more light, more power? How do you see?
I think spiritual business management really helped, and reviewing courses really helpful, really helpful. Like I was mentioning, when I attended spiritual business management for the first time, it reduced from 14 hours to several hours in a week, and then from those several hours, even it reduced further. And third time when I reviewed, it brought in different energies, like how can I play a bigger role.
Hmm.
So earlier I was a manager, then I became the director, and then I became like a trustee. I mean, trustee means you don't other people implement that. So that started happening automatically. Those roles kept on changing. So When I reviewed Kriya Shakti, every time you review a course, it gives you a different energy. And uh, I would share this from the bottom of my heart. Whenever I attended different programs, I realized there is no depth. You review for the second time, third time, and you realize same thing. These people are telling. There is nothing new, or the new is, I mean, not that useful. But you attend Master Choa's course, even if it is a soul course or the basic pranic healing course with whatever frequency. And if the gap for me, if it is 3 years, I feel, somehow it is huge. So Lord's Prayer, when I attended for the second time in the ashram with Master Faith, oh my God, it was a different experience. I didn't realize certain things that I realized, when I was attending, when I was reviewing. So I have a target of reviewing most of the courses, and they contribute a lot in my journey.
And during this journey, have you ever experienced self-doubt, confusion, or I'm not doing justice with Master Cho's work. I could do better.
Yeah, that would happen a lot. But I'm so grateful to the people who are associated with me. I love them. They are super cute and super amazing. Uh, I feel whatever I need, I just announce a session. So if I have self-doubt, I'll tell them, let's do a healing on self-doubt. They are so amazing that they come back. They come back thinking as if I know how to eliminate self-doubt, but I don't know how to eliminate. I have self-doubt. But if I tell them, they say, "Come on, you can't have self-doubt." I'm saying, "Okay, no problem. Let me have gratitude that I'm not using them as guinea pig, but then I'm literally taking this an opportunity. Come, let's do the group work. I don't know much, but Master Chua has written something on them, right, on those topics. So let us read, let us do remove self-doubt, and let's see. And miraculous things started happening. I realized that when I conduct those sessions, my self-doubt get healed faster, right? So whatever I need, I started giving. So if I need clarity, I would conduct a session. So half of my sessions that I would conduct would be from the point of view of what I need, and I would tell them, this is for me, not for you. Okay, this is for me. And the remaining two would be like for you. Okay, whatever is your need, I'll satisfy yours also. So the people who are associated with, they are super cute, super amazing. Even if I don't know, they still come. I don't know why they come, despite me not knowing.
So relatable. Yeah.
And Master Chua plays a big role, where Master Chua's energy, somehow flows, and then they get whatever they want without me having. That's the beauty.
Lovely. It's logically super interesting. You don't know something and are trying to take nurturing session on that topic. Super crazy. Like really entrepreneur mindset.
We started a series called Energy Mastery. Okay. I think it's been more than a year or around a year. So
Yeah.
the energy mastery, the logic was master has given 4 steps towards mastery, which is uh, understanding, remembering, practicing, and mastery.
Mm,
So we thought we need to take everybody in that direction, mastery. So what is required? Sometimes we focus on practice, sometimes we focus on understanding.
mm,
And the focus was on mastery, and the positioning was never as if I know. The positioning was, let's come together, let's practice so that we reach mastery. So a simple example could be super healing technique. So super healing technique, everybody knows to some extent. Let's come practice together. So like that, several topics I announced where I didn't have any idea how I would take what is going to be the topic. So for example, one of the topic in soul class, so in soul nurturing, I announced was oneness, divine oneness. So when the schedule was being made, I thought what to do, what to do, what to do. Okay, let's announce this. What is going to be the structure? What would I do? 4 hours of energy mastery. No idea what I'll do. But then when I started preparing, something amazing happened. Something miraculous comes up. Somehow, when I open the soul book, things start connecting. Some people come and give some idea. And those nurturing sessions where I didn't have any idea what I would do, they actually helped me develop Sharanagati to a different extent that just jump, something will happen. How? Don't worry, something will happen. So those things started happening, and I'm really grateful that I developed the higher degree of Sharanagati. I developed higher degree of faith on my own self. Doubts, yes, of course we have, but how do we overcome that doubt, and what do we do for that? That's it. So I tell people also who are new, who are coming in my class. So people who come with doubt, I tell them, great, you have doubt, you have doubt. Don't say I don't have doubts. But with doubt, you be open to experiment. If it works, accept. If it does not work, drop. So the example that I would give is like I tell them how I saved a lot of money.
Hmm.
So there was a challenge in my business. Uh, there was a service glitch, and around 18 students asked for fees refund, and the amount was around 8 lakhs.
Hmm.
A lot of discussion happened during that time. I mean, it was like decided that I had to refund the fees. So we collected the account number. We drafted an email just that I had to send on the click on the send button.
Hmm.
Then I thought, hey, why not to try pranic healing? I know blessing, let me do that. There is a CD of mantra Om Shanti Shanti Om.
Hmm.
Yeah. So one, my fellow instructor uh, gave me a tip. Why don't you try Om Shanti Shanti Om 3 times a day? Like, as if you're taking a pill, 5 minutes to the entire group.
Hmm.
Said, yeah, why not? So I tried 5 minutes every day. Something miraculous happened, Chavilal. And it was like within a week or two, something strange happened based on which the refund was, agreed that this has to happen, then only we'll refund. That condition got broken and the entire refund got cancelled, and very, very amicably, we ended the discussion. And I saved how much money? 8 lakh rupees.
Like
And what is the cost of the CD? You know that. It's
price.
less than 200 rupees.
Yeah.
Less than 200 rupees. So 200 rupees CD would save me 8 lakhs of rupees. Like that, I have several examples where a technique which is not costing anything can save you lakhs of rupees. Save. And how much you can grow, there is no limit to that.
Don't wait.
Yeah. So to the businessmen who are coming, if they're coming with this challenge, that challenge, I think those are the areas where I can have. Fortunately, I have, thanks to my being crazy, that I applied techniques in some strange situations also. Very, very strange. I can share a few examples where you would be like, be laughing. Oh my God, how can you apply pranic healing there? How could you even think of? So I was very crazy. I applied and I got amazing results. And that actually gives me a first-hand experience where I can say, hey, I tried this, it worked with me, you also try. So with more conviction, I can tell them that it happens. And the best part I feel is with me is I can explain this logically, without being too mystical that, hey, this will happen, that will happen. Without using those language, I can talk to them like that, which helps me connect with my this segment better.
Amazing. Very inspiring. Yeah. Now pranic healing is in your blood. It happened.
Yeah, deep rooted in the chakras, I can say that.
It's your second nature now, I think. Or like anything happen, like, how do you balance superstitious belief versus practicality? Sometimes people want to do only pranic healing, not considering medical treatment, not open-minded, basically. They go at a very extreme level. How do you balance that? Like, let's example of scanning. Some people are scanning to, stock market, taking decisions, is it the right person, and stuff, taking major decision of their life. What is your opinion on this?
I think it has to be a combination of both. You can't do anything, in excess. So, for example, you're taking steps, and not even using your intuitions or scanning or whatever skill set you have. You're not using. So it's not great. And on the other hand, you're only scanning and relying on only blessing and the positive karma to get downloaded. That's not a great thing, also. So I feel a combination of that really works. Meaning, whatever you have to do, you do it. So, for a simple example, I became excessive. Yeah, I became excessive uh, when I was using pranic healing much more, somewhere around 2020 or maybe 22,
Hmm.
where I would be like, okay, physical action not required, this not required, that not required, only blessing, only this, only that. So there was a business challenge in my business, and I would be like blue triangle, psychotherapy, this healing, that healing, donations, excessively doing only that, but my problem is not getting resolved. And somehow I realized I should call somebody else. The center that I'm managing, my business center, I should call somebody else. So I called an Ahmedabad guy to find out what he's doing. So when I told that this is the challenge, he said, "Why don't you try this?" He said, "Yeah, that does not work." Okay, why don't you try this? No, 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 that I tried, that does not work. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try this? And after disconnecting the call, I realized that that guy is so resilient and he's trying option one after the other. And I'm here doing the blessing and waiting. When will it happen? When will it happen? It will happen automatically. And that's where I realized that I need to take action also. Things will not happen automatically, right? So the example that I give is when people come into pranic healing, I don't know right, wrong, this is how I say. It's like you want to build a wall, you need two things. Number one is the raw material. Number two is workers, right? Raw material is raw material. Worker is like energy. So if you say I will not eat, I will not take tablets, I will not take nutrition, you don't have raw material. You take all the nutritious food, but if you don't have the energy, no workers, the wall will not get built. And both should be in equal proportion. Meaning you can't have too much of raw material waiting for the worker to come, or you can't have too many workers, waiting for the raw material to arrive. So those are the combinations. So I believe that we should try, we should go ahead and do that. Once you try and once you do psychotherapy regularly, extremely, extremely useful. From the context of pranic healing, I can share one example. I started promoting myself to a group, meaning Monday to Saturday, let's say in a week, 5 days back to back,
Hmm.
uh, except Wednesday, back to back, I had meetings where I had to go and promote my business.
Hmm.
Now, first day when I went and presented, whatever was my presentation, I came back and I did my psychotherapy healing. I used certain mantras also.
Hmm.
Second day, the presentation improved. Again, I came back and did my psychotherapy healing. Third day, my presentation improved further. And some miracle happened. And that miracle was for last 2 years, whatever nurturing sessions we were charging at the center, we were conducting at the center, there were no charge, free
Hmm.
of cost.
Hmm.
So people would not come. They would not come. I mean, we would call them, they would not come.
Hmm.
If you remember the movie scene of movie PK,
Hmm.
where he says, "ये हो गया थोड़ा सा investment, right? ये
Yeah.
हो गया inauguration," and then he says, "यहाँ लोगों को बुलावे पड़ते हैं और यहाँ लोगों को भगावे पड़ता है. चला भाई चला उठो," right? So similar thing we experience, before and after, I can say healing effect. So for 2 years we did everything free, and we used to call people, "Awa, awa, awa," but nobody would come. And people who would come, we would tell them, "Would you join?" They would say, "Yeah, yeah, we'll think about it and get back." So no action. And we decided that from this month, no free program. All programs, including healing camp, including introductory talk, and including all the other platforms that we have created. I mean, if time permit, we'll talk about that also, so that
Yes.
I can present, what are the platforms through which we can attract people in practically.
Mhm.
So in all the programs, we decided it's going to be 500 rupees. And then we were looking at each other, 500 rupees? कौन आएगा? तुम्हारे
Also,
फ्री में तो आता नहीं है, 500 रुपए में कौन दे के आने वाला है? सर आई डोंट नो, आई एम गोइंग टू डू इट फॉर 3 months, नॉट 1 month, 3 months. तीन
yeah.
महीने तक डिसाइड पूछना भी मत कि फ्री में करना है क्या. So when we decided, we started going out, and I told you this psychotherapy I was doing, and you know what? 5 sessions within 1 week.
Hmm.
I had 44 paid registrations, meaning
Wow.
44 people paid. Of course, they paid 100 rupees. 500 rupees, I gave an offer that if you register right now, 100 rupees. So they registered with their wife and this and family member calling their friends. 44 paid registrations I had. I never had that in the history of 2 years where we did it for free. So
Hmm.
this is like यहाँ लोगों को भगावे पड़ता है. चला भाई चला.
I agree. Like, I also did a lot of experiment, and I completely agree with this. The more the fees confirm registration, it shows their commitment.
Yeah, yeah,
You get a serious crowd for sure, quality crowd.
yeah. So
I com
answering your question, you conduct one session, do your psychotherapy, conduct one session, do psychotherapy, BT, whatever energy work. The improvement is like in 5 days, you go through an improvement that would have taken 5 months or 5 years otherwise. You'd have to do so many experiments. So this combination of doing something practical and the energy work, practical work, energy work, this combination is amazing. Only energy work for 15 days continuously in the ashram or wherever, with me does not work. I somehow feel 2 3 days, 5 days or a week, that's good enough, and come back and do it. Again, go back, take a break. So we experimented on that also, like luxury, 15 days break. So 15 days break, I feel I get too tired. Like, after 7 days also, I'm like, why am I doing? After 3 4 days, I start thinking. I attended, 12 days intensive program in ashram also. Yeah, amazing. Has good impact and all of that. But it does not work with me. If I take one leave after 6 months, does not work. So one leave in 1 month, 2 days, right? Or quarterly leave of 4 5 days, or maybe, a retreat in 6 months or something like that.
Hmm.
That works better for me. So instead of going for what is good, which you have a perception that this is what is ideal, eliminating that, what works for me, I think that's a good combination. So
Lovely.
weekly, I would like to take 4 hours of leave, where whatever I would do for recharging, 4 hours of leave weekly, I would like to have. If I take more, that does not work. Monthly, I would like to take 1 or 2 days off, maybe 3 days of off. And then quarterly, maybe 5 days or a week. That's how the combination work better for me.
How your like schedule look like on weekday, weekends?
I think I should charge for that.
We'll pay you. Share your QR code right now.
Yeah. So this is like I tried this combination thanks to spiritual business management.
Yeah.
I started scheduling. Yeah. So on one side you have 0% scheduled, which is like you go with the flow, whatever comes, you pack up. And on the other hand, you're like 100% scheduled. I'll not do any activity which is not scheduled.
Both are
So I
important.
tried both these combinations and I realized that it has to be a sweet spot that you have to strike. So for me, 60-40, is an amazing spot, meaning I would reserve and fix 40% of my slots. They are fixed for those activities. The remaining 60% I keep floating for new opportunities, new meetings, or, like something comes up, my family or whatever. So I'm able to strike a balance. My friends ask me, your Saturday, Sundays are not there. How do you, serve your family? What happens to your family time? Now I tell them, I'm the only one in terms of a gentleman attending PTM. When I go for PTMs, most of them are females. Male member is not there. I'm the only one who is meeting my kid's sports coach. So my kid has a SNC coach, a skill coach, nutrition coach, and a career counselor. I
Wow.
meet all of them. I take review all of them every month. Not that on the phone or only this much. I spend time, take review. I take common assignment, what to do. I do energy work for that. I do all of that. I meet my parents regularly. I spend time with them. I spend time with my wife. I spend time for myself. So all those things, if I'm able to do, whether I do it on Sunday, Saturday, or on some other day, what difference does it make? Nobody will have a complaint.
True.
So for a patch where I was not earning as high as I was earning in my business, my family knows this guy is working. This guy is, virtuous, meaning I'm not sitting idle home and not doing anything and having, junk food or having junk habits. No, I'm doing my practices diligently. I'm going and meeting new people. I'm building my system. So somewhere that building is happening. So the schedule that works for me best is a combination of 60-40 or 40-60. That's the best combination. And occasionally I would like to destroy everything, meaning for 1 week again, I'll say, hey, reset. Everything is like no planning. Plan for, go back to ashram, go back to retreat, or take a break of 2 days, eliminate, delete everything else. Now, if I have to start your life from here, how would you start? So those kind of reset really work.
Amazing. Yeah. This is like $1 billion advice.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, trust me.
I'm ready for my account to get credited.
Lovely. Please share QR code. I'm sure here comes some at least crorpatis or lakpatis. You're talking about yin and yang energy. So now, what are the tools or technique help you balance from attracting female to the business crowd, like structure as well as energy?
In terms of structure, I feel we need to have platforms where people feel that this is my platform. So I realized that even if I conduct a topic, let's say on business healing, which has been, or a hot selling cake. So in business healing, if I conduct, and if, like I'll give you an example where I invited a friend of mine who's a professional, who is a psychotherapy.
Hmm.
So I told him, why don't you come for business healing? Come, this is a good session. He came in late by 5 minutes, I guess. When he entered, he used a word saying, "Oh my God, Nari Shakti." And I mean, no offense to the females. I'm just trying to highlight a point that different people resonate with different environment.
Hmm.
And I started thinking, if I have to attract the top 10 richest people in this environment is not right for them. And secondly, the language that I'm using, the word that I'm using, they will find that this is not my place. So
Hmm.
even if the teachings are amazing, they're super useful, people will still not come. So I created a platform called, Manifest Your Greatness. So it's
Hmm.
a pranic healing term. I just gave it a tinge of practicality. So I
Hmm.
created a platform for Arhatic yogis called AYMG, Arhatic Yoga Manifesting Greatness. So
Hmm.
once a month we meet for 2.5 hours and do practices, particularly from the point of view of achieving goals.
Hmm.
And we invite only professionals, or we encourage people who have goals, they would come there, right? So this platform ensured that people are coming and they are now talking in terms of goals, obstacles, and we realize the obstacles are getting eliminated very, very easily. They are producing results. And that encouraged me to create another group called Manifest Your Greatness for Pranic Healers, MYG, Pranic Healers. So again, we meet for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but Pranic Healers would come, and these Pranic Healers will come and do those practices. Practices are simple, nothing new. And
Hmm.
then another opportunity got created, that now we have a group of non-pranic healers who would come,
Hmm.
where we have a platform for entrepreneurs. We invite them. You
Hmm.
want manifestation of your goals? We can have a technique. Come, this is for 2.5 hour session. So where we use forgiveness, healing, meditation on twin hearts. Healing means healing would be performed on them. So
Right.
they come, they attend this session, and this is a paid session. So
Hmm.
like that, several platforms have been created. Now these platforms, number one, gives me an opportunity to invite a lot of them.
Hmm.
Right. So how do you filter? It's a big challenge. How do I filter who are master choice student? So I go and make announcement to 400 people. When I go and make announcement to 400 people, out of these 400 people, 40 would say, hey, I
40.
would like to try. Yeah. So 40 would come in these sessions, which is like
And
500 rupees, like which I'm giving for 100 rupees. Now,
hmm.
out of 40, 20 people will end up enrolling. They'll enroll in my basic pranic healing course. Now, once I have those 40, 20 people enrolling in my basic pranic healing course, the entire equation changes. And this, cycle goes on and on and on. And one lovely thing that I'll share, I think I love this. I don't know how this will land at your end. I met a guy who is into perfumes. Okay, old money. Uh,
Hmm.
Very smart guy. I mean, his father is very smart.
Hmm.
His father has been into different businesses, 30 years of experience, and the father-son rapport is amazing. Now, what this guy did was, when he gave me the perfume, he sold me the perfume bottle, the pack, entire pack. It had several things, like some sticker on old money, something that you can put in the cars. The box is amazing, etc., etc. I thought of meeting this guy. I met this guy, and now I asked more about it.
Hmm.
And he said, my strategy is that when I sell my product, when people go home, I want to take 10 minutes of their space. I was like, wow. People who come into pranic healing, they are not able to get this space because you heal them, you meditated them. When they go back home, there is nothing physical. There is absolutely nothing physical. How do I talk and how do I tell to my family that I had a good experience, whatever? The moment I talk more, hey, that's okay. So that inspired me, and he gave me 7 objects. I came back with the idea. I want to create a pack or a hamper of 7 objects, which I'll give it to every person who is visiting my center, meaning who's registering and going through an experience. People come only for two purposes, right? One for either for healing or for courses. So
Hmm.
people who come for healing, I would like to definitely give them because they're coming for the first time. People who are coming in the basic pranic healing course, let me find out what I can give them.
Hmm.
So I created a hamper, and the cost of that hamper is around 100 to 150 rupees. I'm charging 100 rupees right now. I'm giving a hamper of 150 rupees. Now this hamper has set of objects, right? Something called an energy trivia. So they'll be excited. What is it? A welcome kit. A welcome kit which says, "Welcome to pranic healing. Welcome to the world of energies. Welcome to the world of miracles." Now
Hmm.
this gives me so much of warmth that, oh wow. When I saw this in one of the pranic healing centers, I was like, oh wow, I want to enter. Come on, I want to enter. And then people have that myth. People have that myth that, how does healing happen? How does this miracle happen? Is it miraculous? What kind of magic is that? To break that in the myth, we use the quote where Master says, pranic healing is not based on miracles, or based on natural laws that people are not aware of, something like that.
Hmm.
So once you know that, okay, this is actually happening based on laws that I'm not aware of.
Hmm.
So you are actually, connecting right in the beginning. So this is there on the first page, on the back that we have given.
Wow.
Inside we have something called a forgiveness. So you can practice forgiveness. There's a forgiveness prayer. You can recite, you can use. It also has our YouTube link. You can go to YouTube link, and if you don't know how to do forgiveness, just play that video, and you'll be guided how to do forgiveness. It also has 7 days emotional detox program. Now, it's not great. 7 days detox program is just like reduce mental criticism by this much, forgive them, and blah blah blah. Not big. But then 7 days detox program for somebody who wants to change his life, he would stick in his cupboard and he would say, I would like to practice this. You can gift it to somebody else also. And then you have energy trivia. Energy trivia means, do you know that there are three sources of energy? Air prana, ground prana, sun prana. From basic pranic healing book, Master Chua says this. Do you
Wow.
know by increasing the level of pranic healing, by increasing the level of the energy, the healing rate can be hastened by GLS, Master Chua Koksui. Yeah. So like that, we created this, and there is also a salt water. So a salt, so a bath salt. So a bath salt packet has been given, and then the guidelines how to use bath salt is mentioned. Now, if this person is coming for healing, I need to give him healing affirmation. So those healing set of healing affirmations also given to you. So like that, there are different set. Meaning, when a person goes home, he would be busy. He would at least be thinking and opening the packet and giving to different family members 10 minutes, and I'm energizing those. I'm blessing God. Please, wherever this packet goes, may all the people around him, may all of them be blessed with inner peace, lots of receptivity towards pranic healing, lots of love, and may his life be transformed. So I am buying 10 minutes of space from that person, and I'm guiding them. When I'm conducting a session, I'm also guiding them when you go back home, how do you use this packet? So you have come here to transform your life. Don't keep it restricted to yourself. So I think these are some of the things through which people come, give them ideas, and things change amazingly.
Mind blowing. Like, seriously, you're literally a right person I was looking for, creative ways to spread pranic healing. Because I personally feel there is like two words. There is the offline one, the people like old approach, I will say, and there is a new approach like using social media, awareness, build online presence. And old approach is, groundwork, go to intro talks, talk with people and stuff like that. And we need both, I think, balance. When I'm talking with a lot of people, I realize we need both, like your experience of ground at the same time having digital or online presence. Both helps to spread pranic healing very rapidly. So definitely, please share all the links, especially QR code. We'll pay you.
Chavilal, if you want to take a question, I think there's a question in the chat room,
I
in
will
case you want to take it.
Yeah, we are almost, yeah, at end and we will open for people. Yeah, amazing session. Like, my God, super inspiring. Like, a lot of insights.
So just a thing that I would like to share. I mean, I would like to extend this because
Yeah,
this
please.
video might reach a lot of people who would like to spread pranic healing. So I conducted a series of 5 sessions, which are on how to create and grow profitable pranic healing center.
Hmm.
Right. So it has 5 sessions. This is actually open to all. Even non-pranic healers can also, the link can also be shared.
Hmm.
So people who are thinking of or who are running a center or who are thinking of creating a center, they can always take the link of this session. They're there on my cloud. So anybody who would like, I would request them to donate something to the ashram,
Sure.
so that you get more entitled for it, and I can then you can send me the screenshot of the donation and your email ID. I will be very very happy to give you the access to the link, and you can use that.
Done. We'll do it like right away. If you are in WhatsApp, just send me right now. I will send in chat box and we'll take it forward.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
I mean, I don't have a registration process. It's just that how to create and grow a profitable pranic healing center.
sure, we'll do it. Love it. Like, I don't know. This is like most, yeah, super like single word. Whatever you have shared, every information, every word, every story, it's so useful and meaningful, so valuable. Yeah, that is what I will say. Anything would like
Great.
to add? Like, yeah, I think we have covered. Who are like your mentors now in pranic healing? Who has a lot of influence on your thought process?
I think naming a few would be an injustice because there are many of them and they come in different format. Like if you have seen Hum Saath Saath Hai movie, and if you know Alok Nath,
Hmm.
Alok Nath is Another guy comes with a proposal. Aloknath had three sons in the movie. The eldest one is Vivek. So for Vivek, somebody comes with a proposal saying that, I mean, he was struggling because Vivek had some issue in the hand, and people were not. Uh, he was not getting the right proposal. So this guy comes with a right proposal. The girl's name is Sadhana,
Yeah.
and then he proposes that, I would like to propose this, and then the name of the character is Ram Kishanji. So he's like, folding his hand and saying, he's not able to say anything. The third guy comes and he asks, "Hey, what are you thinking?" And he says, पता नहीं भगवान किस किस रूप में आते हैं और इंसान की झोलियों में खुशियां भर देते हैं. So I think I've been blessed that I had no mentor earlier before coming into pranic healing, and now I have friends, mentors. I would say not mentors exactly, but most of them are friends now
Yeah.
because most of the time they're available. Most of the times I can bounce the ideas. There are so many people, where I can bounce my ideas, share, and get fine tuned, and somehow the energy flows. So the only thing that works for me is wherever you are talking, if you just decide that forget that person, I'm going to talk to Master Chua, right? So I'm going to talk to Master Chua, and the solution would come. Somehow, surprisingly, solution comes. Whether you're meeting an ordinary person or an extraordinary person, whatever solution comes somehow. So those things, really, really work for me, and that's how I would say they are my mentors. So I would not name a single person because there are several of them who have contributed in my journey from different. Some of them are not contributing right now. Does not mean they are not my mentors. They contributed. So the list is long.
Thank you. Okay, we'll do little rapid fire. We'll wrap session and we'll take question and answer. So, which is your favorite book of Master Shaw and why you like that book?
Soul book because it tells me who am I. That's why.
Any favorite quotation of Master Shaw?
The solution of all the problems are already given to you even before the problem begins. Follow simple instruction. And that empowers me. I know it's a rapid fire, but I want to bring this in.
Yeah, please
It
go ahead.
it tells us, like, those of your level practitioners, if you do your understanding, I mean, non-level practitioners also, if you do understanding meditation on that, what master says, what is follow. I mean, master says that the solution is already given to you when, even before the problem begins. So meaning I should not have a problem. I just need to go through the solution has already been given to me. What do I need to do? Follow simple instructions. What are instructions? Five virtues and five pillars for Aradik yogis.
Lovely. I have a long question for you. Like, it's up to you to answer or not. How do you hire your teammates? What qualities you see if somebody wanted to be part of your team? What do you see in them?
I look for action, who are taking action, not that somebody who is coming and saying that I'm a generous person, but who is generous. Who is one person who loves healing? If I have to hire for healing, I mean, not just for hire, basically, who is doing without telling. So, if a person is doing without telling, if a person is allotted 2 hours of work, if he's doing 4 hours of work, I think I would like to pick that person and for that area only. So,
Mm.
that's a simple way of recruiting. So, basically, I would like to pick people wherever that person is interested in.
And have you fired people from your team, like whenever you feel they are not aligned?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Not aligned.
Have you removed certain people from team if you feel they are not aligned with your purpose or plan?
I think no. I think the we I would have removed, but removing does not come in my picture easily. So I would have at least several layers. So layer one, layer two, layer three, layer four, and then the last layer is going to be removing. I feel unless and until the person really does not want to change, it does not happen. So removing very rarely comes. Uh,
No.
we would want to build.
What is advice for new pranic healers or Arahati yogi, especially the new generation where is a lot of distraction, social media, so much spiritual shopping is happening? How somebody can say consistent and focus on Arahati yoga and become part of this school?
I think two different questions you are asking. Number one is how do you bring that faith or conviction by trying. So you try, you experiment, that will bring more conviction. How do you bring consistency in your practice? Uh, I think you have to prioritize and you have to understand. When you understand that how pranic healing or arhatic yoga will help you
Hmm.
solve the same problem in a lesser period of time with ease. I'm sure you'll incorporate that in your schedule. Yeah. So I believe in conducting more such programs where I can help people, or I can help them see this. If they see this, they will definitely do it. Otherwise, there is no way of motivating. I can say that you do this, you do this. These are the ways of doing it. This is how you do it. It does not happen. But if I can make them understand that, like a simple example can be karma. Karma means you do, you receive. Simple. So if this is 1:1, you do, you receive. That's a simple equation. Now, if you're a smart businessman, you would say, hey, I would like to increase this multiplier effect. Okay, so you do this and this can be more. How? Number one, donation. Okay, so donation, you do the same thing, but the multiplier effect is much, much, much more. Try, experiment. Okay, all right. Service. Whom do you do service? You can do service to your local, whatever organizations you have, or wherever you want to do, your city, wherever. But if you serve to the guru, the multiplier effect is much, much more. Meaning, same amount you spend, same amount of hours, or same amount of effort you put in, but the reward that you will get is much more. Wow, amazing. How does the healing work? If I heal my chakra, how does it affect my karma? With the basic chakra, underactivated basic chakra, underactivated heart chakra, or underactivated other chakras, you will have to put in so much of effort. You'll be you will have to exert so much of will, and you'll find so much difficult. Instead of that, just heal the chakra. The chakras are energized for some time. I don't know what is that some time, but for some time, and whatever you want to do, you will be able to put in better effort physically, emotionally, mentally. And when your quality of effort increases physically, emotionally, mentally, the reward is more. You're doing the same thing, same time you're spending. Does that make sense? Of course, yes. So these things, when people understand, they will understand that if I solve my problem without all these tools, I'll end up wasting a lot of time. Now it's a choice is yours. You are a logical person. You choose. You want to invest in less ROI or in high ROI avenues. The choice is obvious.
Any advice or suggestion or any observation based on your experiences for the trainer who are not able to meet their numbers versus there some paid trainer doing very well with numbers with classes? What you notice?
I
What is
don't think. Yeah, I think different people have different set of challenges. The dynamics are also different. My experience may or may not be applicable to other people. But based on what worked for me is number one is instead of talking about the features of pranic healing,
Hmm.
we need to show them what
Yeah.
how their problem will be solved. Yeah, so that's one angle that we have to bring in.
Hmm.
So that's one. Second, we can connect this with a mission. So instead of saying that I want to conduct meditation on twin hearts, twin hearts will bring peace, harmony, joy, whatever. So you can create a mission that, hey, I'm on a mission of introducing, like we have a mission, and I don't mind
Yeah.
declaring it here. We have a mission of introducing meditation on twin hearts to 1 lakh people by
Hmm.
2027. So now when we go and say this and we ask for a support that, can you help me support this? Now, this mission, the objective is also very clear. The objective is to bring peace, harmony, faster recovery in the people,
Hmm.
so that they can grow in different areas of life. So it helps. And then you also create platform, three platforms.
Hmm.
First platform is enough number of options where people can attend and they can taste.
Hmm.
Second, second is already set. We don't have to do anything for that. The courses, which are well designed. I mean, the best thing for us is that we don't have to experiment on our product. It's ready. No R&D required, nothing required for several decades at least. Right. So we had a concept of pre-class, during class, and post-class. So pre-class we had to work on. During the class, we don't have to work on. Post-class, we also have to work because people who have gone through Aratic Yoga or Pranic Healing, any course,
Hmm.
we need to somehow increase their productivity. So if I have a person who has done the course but not using, I think my heart would cry. I would not be happy. So I would want to increase that number where people are not just completing a course, but also, going through changes. So my responsibility is not just to teach. My responsibility is to bring transformation. My center's responsibility is to bring that transformation. And once that guy brings transformation, you don't have to you don't have to do anything. They will automatically bring in people.
So people who don't have business background, let's say housewife, not very intellectually developed, not tech savvy, and during this decade of experience, you may have certain books or programs or self-help other than pranic healing, which really help you, and you feel, every pranic healer, if read this book or go through this programs, that will really help them to spread pranic healing, become better version of themselves. So do you have any recommendation in terms of books, YouTubers or mentors whom we can follow or read certain books?
You are asking a dangerous question. It may undo the entire session.
We'll cut it from
So,
here. Session is over. 8:30.
I tried various combinations. I tried explaining a lot about pranic healing, logical explanation, amazing examples, etc., etc. But no healing, no demonstration, nothing. What is the result? Zero. And I reduced it. How much I reduced? I reduced my pitch only to 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes.
Wow.
So I will not talk to anybody for more than 2 minutes unless and until the person asks me a question. So what is pranic healing? I have a pitch only for 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, the person will ask and I'll cater and I'll only do healing. Meaning how much I talk? Only for 2 minutes, not more than that. So people who can't speak, people who feel that you don't have good communication, good for you. Can you heal? Yes. Can
Yes.
you reduce pain of somebody? Can
Yes.
you give that inner peace in the deepest manner? If yes, people will move. And you just need to find out a way of explaining. That's all. So you don't need those fancy things. Yeah, I have gone through all of many of them. No, I would not say all, many of them because every year my budget for training is very high, not just for pranic healing, but also for the other courses like marketing, business development, personal branding, social media, everything. I keep going through some course or the other every year. Do they help? Yes, they definitely help. But are they required? No, the answer is no. You need to have basics. So where you are going, just find out what is required for that. Do little bit of homework and be concerned about solving the other person's concern. We become solar plexus chakra oriented the moment we say it's my target. I need 10 people in my class. That's solar.
So sorry, my
Yeah,
hotspot got over. I
no
went
worries.
back on turn. There is no Wi-Fi.
No worries.
Think I just said casually, the session is over, and literally it got disconnected. Now this will be a different recording. uh, Anyways, what else? Sorry, I just heard about self growth. 2 minute script is required, and after that I missed. Can you repeat?
Okay, okay. So I was saying that, a 2 minute script is required and you need to solve somebody else's problem, right? So somebody else's problem we'll have to solve. Uh, when I was in the ashram and I was reading the origin book, I realized that the, the origin book, I mean, I did not read the testimonials earlier. When I read the stories that time, something common became visible. And
Hmm.
that common thing was everybody mentioned that how Master Shoa came in their life and the biggest problem of their life this got solved. And when the problem got solved, right, they started, contributing to Master's mission and vision. So the same approach I think we can also take. Instead of thinking how many referrals this person will bring, how much business this person will bring, who's going to be my organizer, instead of thinking all of that, I think the simple thing would be how can I solve the biggest problem of this person's life? So the only question I have in my mind is anybody whom I'm talking, anybody who's approaching me, the question that I will have is how can I solve the biggest problem in his life? And one friend of mine, I know I'm going a little long, but I
Yeah.
want to add this. Yeah, one friend of mine who was presenting, he shared something beautiful that got stuck in my mind. And this person said, he was a businessman, and he said, he's a businessman, and he said, we had clients who would put order for 3 lakhs,
Hmm.
and we were looking for clients who would put an order for 3 crores. We searched for a long time, but we did not get,
Hmm.
meaning we could not grow the company. And then we decided instead of hunting for a 3 crore client, why don't we grow our 3 lakh client to 3 crore? We'll automatically have it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, fantastic idea. And later on he added, the moment we started doing that, our business grew. And I was like, oh my God, I'm looking for organizer outside. I'm looking for an organizer who can give me 25 students in a batch. Yeah, I'm looking for somebody, who would come and give me this, give me that. Or I'm looking for some fantastic healer straight away, he would come and do that. The same thing I'm doing, 3 lakh versus 3 crores. And then that day I tore everything that I had. And I said, now let's make these people, right? Whatever I have in my team, they are the ones. So it's like the Kapil Dev of 83, right? World Cup. He would not ask for you know, the best player in the world. He would say, okay, this is what is given to me. I need to win with them. I'm not going to look at their weaknesses. I'm going to look at how can I make them grow? How can I convert these people into a 3 lakh people into a 3 crore one? That is, 100 times growth. So how do you make somebody grow 100 times? And that transformed. And the way I would look at every person in my team at my center is like, okay, this person is a resource because I need to contribute. I need to make him grow. Unless and until I contribute to make him grow, don't complain that they are not contributing. So I think that brought so much of joy that I have to solve the problems of the people's in people's life. And second, I need to make them grow. That was very important.
Lovely. What is self-love for you, and how did you develop and got that awareness and did something for yourself?
I think several layers I would say. So if I recall myself, it would be a combination of arrogance, uh, lots of anger, and uh, lots of pressure of performance where I come with a lot of traumatic energies of nobody around me likes me. Everybody's critical. So wherever I would go, I would shiver. People will not accept that. Uh, Despite going through several workshops on presentation, despite being a national level runner-up for presentation, despite making several uh, hundreds of thousands of hours of presentation myself, leading several programs on my own, still I feel that I had that fear or anxiety when I start speaking in public. Those were the tinges of the past. So removing those layer by layer, I think is extremely helpful. And psychotherapy, uh, spending time with the virtues, regular practice of the virtues, the IRFR, extremely helpful. That's how I think the self love gets developed. And once you develop self love, it has contribution in all the areas of life.
What's your opinion on, recently pranic eating courses fees has been increased, and as a mission definitely want to have one pranic eating in every family, but there is a lot of commercial part. The way people look at pranic eating, everything is becoming commercial. There's a lot of money involved. So how do you feel, how will we reach out to each and every person? Target of having one pranic eating in every family.
The target is, what I understand is the target is not one pranic killer in every family. The target is one pranic killing for every family.
Hmm.
Now, for every family means there should be one person who will take care of one family, right?
Hmm.
So if we have to start, the approach has to be top down, not bottom
Hmm.
up. So we had initially where we sponsored an auto rickshaw driver to come in or a tempo driver to come in attend a basic pranic healing course. No, or an accountant whose salary is very minimal. We sponsored him saying that you attend the pranic healing course. Now, no offense to them,
Hmm.
but I'm just highlighting a point. These people have challenges in terms of they don't have time, they don't have the luxury, they can't do the practices their way. If they tell this thing to their boss, the boss would not listen to them because influencing person who is several layers higher is difficult. But if you have a top-down approach, now the top-down approach is easier. But if you want to go from top-down approach, the fees has to be really very high. 9,000 is not a fees where people will find appealing, right? A person who's super rich, if you say that you have a course of 9,000 rupees, it will not find appealing. So I would say at least the middle class segment or the upper class like segment, they should be approached. Now the question you would have or everybody will have is what about the people who are coming from the lower class?
Hmm.
Now, you can always have sponsorship. You can always have people sponsoring them that, okay, let's say the fees you increase to 50,000, for example,
Hmm.
and the person can afford only five. So 45,000 will be sponsored and you pay only 5,000. No problem. I'm sure we will have enough people who will be able to sponsor, right? So at our center, we did not have, I mean, we would have very less people who would say, I can't afford. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, we operate in that segment or we are operating from that part of the city. But if people come, there is always donation available. So we have Arhati Yogis donating, creating fund for people who can't afford,
Hmm.
but you can't keep sponsoring. So my logic is I'll sponsor basic pranic healing class. Let me see if you are practicing, if you're producing result. Then I will sponsor the advanced pranic healing. Otherwise, earlier we sponsored basic, advanced psychotherapy, soul, and then AY. Everything was sponsored, and then I'm calling people, hey, come for AY practice, come for this, come for that. So as long as I'm pulling, that person is coming. The moment I stop pulling, that person disappears. So I feel we need to charge much more than what we are charging. And to convince us for that, I remember a trainer who shared this. I don't know right wrong, but he shared this from the heart chakra. So he said, if I have to set the fees for basic pranic healing, I would set the fees as 5 lakh rupees. The
Wow.
value that it generates, the advantage that it can bring in your life. If I have
Mm.
to set a fees for advanced pranic healing, it is going to be 50 lakhs. Psychotherapy, 5 crores. That's the worth. That's the worth in his eyes of the course. Now, whatever fees you want to set, you set. The question that we have to ask is, and I think Master Danny highlights this again and again, exclusivity. Right? Somebody has a pain in the wrist, right? And he has been carrying the wrist pain for several hours. Now, technique that you have, nobody else will have the technique. No touch, no drug therapy, no side effect, right? And if you can heal that, it's amazing. So, how much you would charge for that exclusivity? That's up to you.
How about, have you ever experienced, how to deal with politics, how to work in groups, and there is a lot of different opinion, and when we grow, different opinion. So somebody who's new, they have not experienced this. What are the advice you will give it to them so they can focus on the work rather than getting involved in this comparison, my foundation, your center, my center, stuff like that.
I think asking that why will definitely be helpful. So you can ask, why are you working? What is your objective? Once we are once we are connected with the objective, then I think most of the things become clearer. So you don't look at those minor things. So of course you have to look at the major and the minor things.
Mm.
Difference of opinion will always be there. So from this regard, I would say spiritual business management really, really helps because it brings in the energies of the different rays.
Mm.
And the beauty of Master Chua's teachings is that not just concept, but then, I mean, I'm just saying this is a mystical thing. So take it with a pinch of salt. Right, wrong, I don't know. But then somehow I feel you attend a course and then certain thing gets installed automatically in you without you putting in effort, and you don't realize how you are able to do it. So those energies, if you have, managing different people of different race becomes easier. You know what to do, what not to do, and you're able to refine better. You're able to refine better.
That's it. Any advice or any suggestion, any feedback for me?
No, I think you're doing a great job. Continue doing it. My best wishes with you. You are operating in a territory. I love the concept where this is like spiritual tourism. Spiritual tourism means people from different part of the world can come to your place
Yeah.
and they can learn and grow to different areas back. So what you're doing is really amazing, really inspiring. My best wishes to you, and I'm sure you and catered to that. That is my hope. So thanks
Thank you.
for inviting. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you have time, we can take one or two questions. Otherwise, we can end session.
What is the time? Yeah, I think we can have few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Please, if anybody have a question, raise your virtual hand and I will allow you to unmute and we can take your question. No feedback. Yes. If any link or number where people can share a WhatsApp number, can you just drop in chat box?
Sure.
Meanwhile, so I will unmute.
Atma Namaste, sir.
Atma Namaste.
First of all, thank you to Chabilal, sir, and even to you. The session was amazing. As usual, Chabilal has such different questions, and it is so knowledgeable, and your sharing was awesome, sir. And my question is, you were
Great.
telling if you want forgiveness or if you want anything, you could always contact us. So where can
Mhm.
we find the link? In what link should we see? Is it in YouTube or what is it?
Yeah, I have just shared the. Uh, yeah, I think Shabilal has also posted the Instagram. Yeah, so you can go to you can follow my Instagram page, and you can also follow Akar Pranic Healing Center's Instagram page. Uh,
Is
I
there
think
any
those are the
link
channels
also,
where you'll
sir?
get many videos also. Yeah, many
Is there
videos.
any
Yeah, you
YouTube
can
link
also go
also?
to YouTube link also under my name and under the name of Akar Pranic Healing Center.
Oh, okay, sir.
We will share
Thank
everything
you
with
very
Yeah,
you.
much. And one more question was, as you say, how much ever you grow up in your spiritual ladder, still we learn our lessons, still there are people who hurt us. So what is your answer for that? Even we,
uh, I, I, yeah, my answer would be to follow how to neutralize negative karma from the basic pranic healing book. So three steps. Number one, learn the lesson. Law of mercy and law of forgiveness. You use these three laws, and I think it becomes relatively easier and much easier for
how,
you to practice
how do you
forgiveness.
think you will know what is your lesson?
What is your lesson? You ponder over it. You
Okay.
think over it.
Okay.
What is happening? Why it is happening?
Okay.
What is for me to learn? And the
Okay.
best part for us is we don't have to think too much. These are, five virtues. There are five virtues.
Correct.
You just look
Correct.
from those virtue point of view. And if any virtue is getting, or if any you are getting broken, I mean, you're not
I
following that,
understand.
not being followed. I think that's the hint you will get, and you just need to improve on that.
But it can also be like because you're following the virtues, people are taking advantage of you because anything can, she'll do anything.
Yeah, possible, possible.
Yeah.
So you have to find
So,
out how do you, I mean, then in that case, is there excessiveness of loving kindness towards
yes.
self or loving kindness to
Yes.
others? So again, it is
Towards,
going to be virtue only, balancing
towards,
virtues.
towards others.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. And how to say no, my last question.
How to say no, you can send a message, you can call and say no, or you can say verbally.
Now, how to get that braveness, I'm asking.
I know, just joking.
Yeah.
You can ask ChatGPT. You can ask ChatGPT that I have difficulty in saying no, and this is the situation. How do I say that? So ChatGPT will design a message beautifully, which will cover your concern. That how should you present, how much you should talk, what you should talk in the beginning. So, for example, just to give
Huh.
an example,
Yes, sir.
where I had put up a stall.
Yes, sir.
When I had put up a stall, the stall which was nearby me, that person asked me to. I bought something from that person, and that person asked me to follow her Instagram page.
Okay,
I
sir.
can't say I don't want to follow your Instagram page, but
Correct.
then I don't see a reason why I should follow. So how do I say no? I could not find an answer. Or if I say no, it hurts the other person. No, I'll
Correct.
not follow.
Correct.
I'll
Correct.
not follow. I don't want to lie. Also, I don't use Instagram. I don't have Instagram ID. I have Instagram. I use occasionally. So how do I say no? I asked a question to ChatGPT. ChatGPT answered beautifully, and that helped me. That how can I improvise next time if somebody asks?
Okay. But it is very difficult to be silent, sir, if you are a talkative person.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Agreed.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. I have shared the link and I will add a message. I'm sure people will connect with you. Share all the links, whichever you have, and super grateful. Love to have another session. Definitely follow because I feel you can help us, how to represent pranic healing in 2 minutes, how to talk in BNI, script. So it will really help. We can have paid session if you wish, but we will do something follow-up session for sure. I have a lot to learn from you. Thank you. Super grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Shavilal. Thank you. Atma Namaste.
Atma Namaste. Atma Namaste,
Bye bye.
everybody. See you in another session. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you, Garima ma'am.